the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite in Cincinnati, we gon' rise in the jungle, we unite in dripping orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, every game day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle, dripping heat. Tiger stripe the city streets. East side, stand up. West side, stand up. If you reppin', who that? Time to put your hands up. Bengal stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati, jungle fitted. Blue day in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle dripping. Nasty, natty, yeah, we lit it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feasting now. Fit the bounce, make the city howl. Now we beastin' now. Thunder through the tunnel, from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes be tatted on the jungle when we flex that who they muscle on them. Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise in the jungle, we unite in dripping orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Stripes. Now who wanna move closing on? Stripes. Now who wanna move on? If you got stripes, then you let the city know you rock 'em. Yeah, we got 'em. Yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange on bottle. Bingo bottle. Never stop it till the beast.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view, right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the back-to-back AFC North champion Cincinnati Bengals. And I just did it. I'm changing the name. I might not keep it. I don't know, but right now the name of the show is Bengals Talk with Strawberry Ice. Anyway, I know it's a sports. Anyway, Dale doesn't like the name, but I don't know. What do you guys think? You like Bengals Talk with Strawberry Ice, or do you like Sports with Strawberry Ice? Bengals Talk makes it a little easier, I think, people find the show. Anyway, you leave comments in the chat. What do you think? Anyway, do me a favor. If you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I'm up to 2,116 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Now, if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, why the hell not? Please do so. Please go to the YouTube channel Sports with Strawberry Ice or Bengals Talk with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription button, hit the bell for the notification, and every time I go live, you'll be notified. Also, exclusively in the YouTube chat crew, we're doing super chats. So if you got a question on free agent tight ends, anything free agency the Bengals might do, draft, anything like that, or just want to support the show, give me a super chat. I greatly appreciate it. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave. The Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And of course, you know it. I wear it every single day. JackpotJoey9.com. If you guys want the hats, banners, hoodies, go to JackpotJoey9.com. Portion of proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Hunger Relief Fund. We got the beer from Brink Brewery. They're kind of out of it right now, but I'm still going to advertise it because it is coming back, hopefully this summer. So it is award-winning and delicious beer. And of course, we got Betfred. Sign up for Betfred. Go make some bets. Make some money. Make me some money. Make Dale some money. Make Arrow some money. Go sign up. All right, let's get to this thing. I know he's waiting in the background. He's dying to go. Let's go. What up?
You didn't even say hi to everybody in the chat.
My bad. Hello to everybody in the chat. Well, you always...
That's usually your thing.
Well, I know, but you're always back there like you have 20 minutes, so I can say hi to people in the chat now. I'll do it now. What's up, stranger? What's up, Chris? Kevin, Tim, Bo Brown, what's going on? Pork Chop, hey, says my mic sounds great today, which is awesome. Tim's in there. Foxy, stranger, Craig, what is going on to everybody? Now you may talk. Okay,
well, I have power today, so
oh God.
Craig also likes Sports with Strawberry Ice, and I agree. It just what also even sounds better. Plus, you've been doing it for 5 years. Why change the name now?
Well, I think it's easier for people like my podcast. Like the podcast, I'm not getting anybody to listen to. Like I think it's hard. I don't know why. Like I get like 4 listeners or 12 listeners on it. So I'm like, maybe they're not looking up. It never pops up under Bengals stuff when I talk Bengals. So I don't know. I'm just trying it. I can always change it back. We'll see. Maybe we'll do a poll question. Should I keep it as Sports Strawberry Ice? Change it to Bengals Talk with Strawberry Ice.
It's always good to do Twitter polls. I did one today.
Yeah, Kevin says don't change.
I agree.
How did your Twitter poll go today?
So I was just talking tight ends, like who they can. If we were gonna bring in a free agent tight end, which I think we will of some kind, that doesn't mean it's not going to be Hurst.
They're gonna have to.
They
got one.
I hope it's not Sample, because then I'll be pissed. But so I said Hurst, Dalton Schultz, Gesicki, or other. 74% said Hurst, 11 Schultz, 11 Gesicki, and then other was 4, which was like, just draft a good one. But I'm like, some people's like Michael Mayer, and I'm like, okay, but the free agency is before the draft, number one. So how would you know if Mayer's going to be there at 28? Over a month ahead, because you don't want to just be sitting there with your dick in your hand come draft day. Like,
well, that's where I feel that way about the right tackle position too. That's where I'm like, you can't at 28, you can't sit there and say, all right, we're going to go get this guy at 28. We're going to go get Michael Mayer. That's where I think they got to address the right tackle and tight end in free agent, at least something.
Maybe. I would be happy if they address right tackle, but I will say there is, I've got 6 guys graded first round. Right. Now, do I think 3 or 4 of those get taken before we pick of offensive tackles? Of course.
Right.
But that still leaves 2 or 3 I'd be comfortable with taking at 28. It's just kind of the way the draft shapes up at a position of need with the value, and maybe even trading back if 3 of those guys are there. We've talked about that.
All right. So who is your number one tight end on the list if you could sign one?
I mean, for me,
yeah. Well, for you, and then roll back to which one you think the Bengals might do. Which one would you do, and then which one would you think the Bengals might do? How about that?
I mean, for me, the most talented guy is probably Dalton Schultz from the Cowboys, but he's probably going to command too much money. So, like that, like if I'm just saying, if money wasn't an issue, I would probably go for him. He's proven
he's your number one ranked one, basically free agency is what you're saying,
right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then, but I think I would take Hurst over Gesicki, just not knowing what I'm going to get in the draft, because Hurst showed some blocking ability on top of being a good pass catcher, whereas Gesicki has literally been just like a slot wide receiver. He doesn't really block, so just expecting him to do that, and also he's going to be like 28 years old, so I don't know. Maybe you could make him a little better at that, but I'm not taking that risk. But, I mean, there's some other guys. Let's just say Hurst. My concern is, okay, Hurst prices himself out. Maybe he wants more than the Bengals are willing to give, similar to Uzomah last year.
Right.
Then you got to look at some other options.
Right.
So 2 names that I just want to throw out there. This is just 2 guys I was saying because they're kind of younger, and they still have some upside. So Foster Moreau from the Raiders, always been behind Darren Waller, but he's LSU guy in college, so you have that connection at least of an LSU guy, even though he wasn't there when Joe was. And then Irv Smith. He's going to be 25, like, when the season starts. Like, he's not even 25 years old yet. Mm-hmm. Been in the league for 4 years from Minnesota. His issue is he's injured all the freaking time.
Well, that's not good.
No, that is not good. So but the price tag wise, let's say Hurst is gone and this and that, and you're like, well, we're going to draft one somewhere in the first 3 to 4 rounds.
Right.
That's going to compete. And Wilcox is going to be back because he's an exclusive rights free agent. And you're also going to have Ozzy. Oi. Back.
So, I did it ever since you started that. I get stuck in my head.
You gotta do it, right?
I can't help it. They were talking about him on Locked on Bengals, and I'm at work going, oi.
If you sign Irv Smith at 25 years old for $2 million, knowing that he's still a talented guy if he stays healthy.
Right.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, I think Hurst is probably my number one target still for the Bengals.
Oh, absolutely.
And for the Bengals, I think keep the proven guy, keep the guy you know.
Right.
And he's 29, so he's still got 2 or 3 good years in him.
Yeah.
But if for whatever reason he priced himself out, I kind of look at that tier of like a Irv Smith, a younger guy with some high upside.
Right.
Because Schultz, I think, is going to be too expensive. Gesicki, I don't think can give you basically anything. And not like Irv Smith's a great blocker, but he's better than Gesicki. I mean, we'd be better than Gesicki.
I know, which is way too early mock draft, but Danny Jeremiah on his latest mock draft has Michael Mayer coming to us at 28. Which, I mean, we're freaking a month or more away from the draft. The draft's not till the end of April.
I mean, he's fighting number one. Like, I'm not going to argue that he's not. Like,
right.
because he can block and he can make tough catches, and he's just kind of the whole package. So,
well, how do you feel about the kid from Georgia? You were kind of getting a little excited about him last week.
Well, he's 6'7", 280. If you can use him as another offensive lineman, you're kind of getting that 2-for-1 combo of, hey, we might draft a right. No, here's kind of a extra guy for right tackle to put in there a lot.
Right.
That can still run routes and be a red zone threat and stuff like that. So I like Darnell Washington, but I mean, Michael Mayer is still tight end 1.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I like the tight end class. So I wait till the 3rd round through the 5th round and I get somebody there. 3rd, 4th round, I get somebody.
And that is if you're not taking Michael Mayer at 28 if he's there, or
I mean, if he's there, he's definitely in the conversation, right? I mean, there's no way around that.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. That what would be perfect is the Bengals can sign a right tackle, sign a tight end or two on the cheap end, and then one be Hayden Hurst, and then Darnell or not Darnell Washington, Darnell the right tackle for Tennessee.
Right, Darnell
Wright. See that they messed with names up. If he's sitting there and Michael Mayer sitting there, that'd be awesome. Then we can pick whoever we want. But that's
right. That'd be a good choice to have.
Yeah, but that's pipe dream. I doubt both.
But I want to say this. I want to say this to you also, and they may both be gone.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and all reports are saying a lot of teams like him, just like a lot of draft people, draft Twitter, and everything.
Andrew Russell will put that out there. Saying, what do you do if both of them are gone? Good. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
But I was just going to say, I know last year you got so fixated, and it got so close to happening, but you got so fixated on Tyler Linderbaum.
It was that close.
That every time we talk draft, that's all. Like you had to bring him up. You had to bring him up because that was the guy you wanted.
I know the stupid Ratbirds.
But that's the thing. Other teams are going to want these guys too. So I feel like you're falling into that trap with Michael Mayer this year.
I'm trying to it's him and Darnell Wright. I'm trying to get diversified. So this is where I want to put this up there. Which, like I said, Andrew, I think it's Russell. I think that's who was or Miller. It wasn't Miller. Anyway, whatever. Put it out on Twitter. What if Darnell Wright's gone, and what if Michael Mayer's gone? And I said, can you trade out of it? He said, no trades. Do you take the running back then?
Oh, you're saying if Bijan Robinson from Texas is there?
Yeah.
I mean, once again, maybe his best player available thing. I'm not big for taking running backs that early, but he can do it all. And, it's almost saying like he's the closest thing since Saquon came out as like you're going to get a stud running back. But Saquon went 2 overall. So hypothetically, this man lasts till 28. He's got to be in the conversation, right?
Yeah. There's going to be somebody there that's going to be good. It's just it's just going to depend though. Mike here has do you guys go with what these guys do at the combine?
It's a piece of it.
It's a piece of it. You have to look at it, like the 40 time. I'm big on the 40 time. Just because I thought that's fast. You want speed. I like that. Yeah.
I don't overvalue it. Like John Ross, great example of that.
Right.
He had too many his injury history, and it's like, how will he translate to the NFL from the offense they're running at Washington? There was too many questions to be like, oh, it's a top 10 pick, but he ran a 4.2.
He can't run routes, and he can't stand a field.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're not healthy, it don't fucking matter, does it? So
exactly.
No, I mean, I think it's a piece of it, and it's a piece of it depending on the player. So like Peter Skoronski is another guy who from Northwestern, kind of like with Jonah. You want to see what their arms measured. Jonah, his arms measured shorter than the threshold typically for offensive tackles. And now everybody's like, oh, well, maybe Jonah shouldn't be. But coming out, it was like, man, he's such a technician. He studies. He's like this. He's that.
Well, that's the exact opposite of the kid from Ohio State. He's got freaking Shaq-like arms. So, I mean,
yeah.
Is that going to be, is he going to be as good as people think? I mean, the draft picks, it's a crapshoot, to be honest.
It's you can, at the end of the day, the players have to work, and they got to go to a system and a coach that's going to work with them too. They have to be motivated to want to improve. But I mean, that's all you can do. Like, shit, it's still an educated guess at the end of the day for those guys too on how they think a career could pan out.
That's when we kind of talked about this on the group chat. Bobby Wagner got cut by the Rams. I think we said on the group chat.
Hold on. I got to just tell you, Fiji and I trying to play Madden Man, it just didn't work out. We're trying to play.
What happened there?
We're trying to play today, and we're not figuring out he's inviting me. I'm like, I don't even see you. It's saying you're offline. Like, so we're gonna try again tomorrow. So
You should put this on Twitch. Fiji versus Dale on Twitch.
Bro, I'm so bad. Like, I know I'm gonna suck. Like, I don't play online,
Dude, I haven't played Madden in probably 10 years.
But like, it'll be fun, It'll be fun
Oh,
to
yeah.
get in there and play against somebody and just have fun with it. But yeah. Anyways, back to what was the Bobby Wagner? No, he's getting a little long in the tooth, a little older. I just think, but give me Bobby Wagner 3 years ago or longer, and I would be like, oh my gosh, what a stud. But I'm not putting any kind of money really in that position unless, number one, you get Pratt.
Do you think they even draft a linebacker? I don't even think that's even on the table, to be honest.
I could see a mid-round to late-round guy because you can always use them on special teams.
True, but I think more of that might be DBs. I'm concerned about the DB room. I know I say that a lot on here, but I am. I mean, because you got Cheeto's come back from knee injury. You got Cam, who I think we both love. You got Dax replacing probably most likely Bates, and hopefully Bell coming back. You got Eli, maybe. I mean, I still want to get some more DBs in the room, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what some people like. My big splashes are like Hargrave, James Bradbury, Orlando Brown, Deron Payne, Jawan Taylor, and Draymond Jones. Like, you want to make a big splash, I would love any of those guys on this team. But then you're talking money that you can't put towards somebody else in the future. So I don't know that we're going to do any of those deals. But like a James Bradbury at corner would just be phenomenal to add with what we already have in the secondary.
What did Zim say earlier this week? I cannot remember. He was trying to ask me what some of the guys said. And I do so many shows, I forget. He was a corner up. I can't remember who he said.
Was it a draft or a free agent?
No, it's a free agent. He was really good. I mean, he's not terrible now. He just got it's not Jalen Ramsey. Oh my! It begins with a P. Anyway, it was somebody else that he said.
Oh, Patrick Peterson.
Thank you. Yes, Patrick Peterson. Yes, he was saying that the Bengals might be able to.
Yeah, which I mean, does he play a little bit of a safety role almost now? Like, is he like a little bit safety corner?
Well, that wouldn't be bad as your
no. That's what I'm saying. Like,
right. Yeah. So
he had a good year last year.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, that's the thing. He might be. He wouldn't be the start. I wouldn't think he'd be the starter. I mean, I think they plan on Dax, but it would depend on the money. If it does cost you a lot, so that's where I'm like, I don't know if they're going to spend that much money on a free agent DB. I think they're going to concentrate more on that in the draft.
I don't know why I ever do notes when I'm coming on your show.
Why? Could we just?
I got a whole list of notes, a whole list of free agents. I was like, we'll talk a little more. And there's just so many fire questions that we're not even getting to from the
I know that's the problem.
I feel like we got to get to those first.
So, hey, well, you have control now, so you can click on them too if you got something you want to talk about. I mean,
I usually like to let you do it though. I don't want to take control from you.
Oh, thanks. I believe it. Oh wait, Fiji says he said it was my fault. I had my 12-year-old expert advice.
Well, that's why I'm like telling my kids, like, they're going to be in March, they're going to be 17 and 13, my daughters. And I'm like, how you get on there and you play stuff on this same and you're playing online, but I can't play one game. They're just like, oh, it's probably Madden's fault. I'm like, they're just basically saying, like, you don't need to ever get on
John Madden's dead. It's not, don't blame the man. He's dead.
The game.
Oh, okay.
Come on. Now, but I seen some other questions. Yeah, that was one.
I love this dude. My UC guy, Josh Wiley. From what I've heard, he's at least a 3rd round, 4th round guy.
The earliest I would consider him is 3rd round, but I think he could slide till the 4th. With us picking the end of the rounds, though, that's the thing.
Right, because the 2nd round is 60. I mean, it's a lot of guys.
You would have to be asking me on day 2, day 3 of the draft how many guys are still there that I like. If there's if we're down to, if it's the end of the 3rd round and we're down to like 2 or 3 tight ends I like, well, I'm probably not going to risk it.
Everybody saying my microphone sounds better, which is good. I've been trying to screw around with this thing all day, John. Get it to sound better. Okay, let's go to Greg here. He said the Bengals picked up D lineman Corey Bacon late in his career, and he was a major difference maker.
22 sacks, correct? Corey Bacon. Did that man have 22?
You are probably right. I don't know. See, if we ever did Bengals trivia, you'd kick my ass. I'll tell you that right now because you remember way more stuff than I do. I remember the name. I could not tell you how many sacks he had. I think that's more of what he's talking about with getting the guy from Rams who we just said.
Yeah, Bobby Wagner, but I mean, I don't see him having that kind of impact. Now, here's the guy. I want to talk about this guy because Ace talked about him. I know Ace is on your show. You might have talked about him some before, but Yannick Ngakoue, who played for the Colts last year, he's only 28 years old. He had 9.5 sacks. They said we offered him a contract before, and maybe he would want – I think it was a Drew Garrison article in Cincy Jungle, too, that said, oh, maybe this will be a guy that would want a prove-it type deal or whatever. To me, that don't really make sense as a prove-it deal type because he's 28. He's proved it.
Right.
He's
what's he got to prove?
And he got 9.5 sacks again last year. So I'm like, what kind of contract does he want? And how many snaps would that take away from Osai? Mm-hmm. Because that's the thing. Osai is supposed to be that same kind of role.
Yeah, and I want Osai to – I think the end of the season, Osai made a jump because, I mean, I know everybody remembers how he, knocked Mahomes out of bounds or whatever, but before that, he was balling out in that second half. I'm really hoping Joseph makes the jump that I thought he would make last year.
He was making
it toward the end.
Yeah, he was making it. It felt like
it was. That's where I'm like, I don't want to take snaps away from him. I'm just because I think he can be a huge difference maker for us. I really do.
But don't get it twisted. Like if Yannick Ngakoue wants to come here,
right? Yes,
on a
proven
$4 or $5-6 million 1 year, $8 million for 1 year, and you just unleash him on third downs and pass downs. I mean, I would be all for it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for this to start happening. Matt, he says you're going to get guys that want to come here and win a ring and not chase money. In my opinion, I hope so. I mean, that's we haven't had it yet. I mean, maybe with
how often does that really happen?
Well, that was a big thing with the Patriots.
The time,
yeah,
but like.
That happened all the time with the Patriots because they won so many damn Super Bowls. So you always have guys who are like the end of the career that still had something left, and they would, basically go there for nothing to try to win a ring.
But that was talked about with Von Miller last year, right? And then the Bills gave him a shit ton of money still,
right?
Because he's still good. Mm-hmm. Like if you're like these guys, they're like, I can chase a ring, and you can still pay me. Right. That's the thing. Like.
Exactly. Now I want to throw a name out there. And I kind of put this on Twitter. And I tagged you on it, and you didn't even respond to it. But Akeem Hicks, former of the Bears, he was with Tampa Bay last year, and I was a guy I wanted them to take a flyer on him to possibly get into that rotation to give B.J. Hill a breather. And I know he's not technically 3-tech, but I think it would work. What are your thoughts on Hicks, or maybe getting Larry O back?
I like him. He's a little older.
Yeah.
All the guys I wrote down are like 30 and younger, and Jerron Reed, being another D tackle who played with the Packers last year, is like that's kind of. And I'm not saying that you can't be 32 and make an impact, but it's tougher. Like it just is. You don't see it as often.
If they come in as a rotational piece, you're not, come in for every,
Yeah, I'm not against it. Dude was a beast in his prime in Chicago, and if he wants to take a small deal and come in and still look at freaking Ndamukong too. He makes a living doing that. Coming in and
hell, he didn't come in until halfway through the season last year for the Eagles.
That's what I'm saying. Like Duke can set out half the season and just be like, yeah, I'll sign with you halfway through the season.
Go to the Super Bowl. Yeah, whatever. Joseph Osai, as far as I know, it's just a labrum. I think he's going to be back.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything.
Matt in the chat, Bengals Bourbon, he said earlier in our group chat that labrum, all signs point toward he should be back. Because that's what I was saying with the Ngakoue thing. I was like, okay, is Osai not going to be back? Because then yes, give me another guy. But it's all. How much are you going to spend on this when you've got other things plus the extensions?
Exactly. All right, so let's go down your list. What else you got written down here?
All right, so I've got some offensive linemen.
Okay.
Isaiah Wynn, hurt all the time, but's played left tackle, left guard, and right tackle for the Patriots.
This is more for a depth piece, right? This is what you're talking about, not a right tackle or
No, these would all be guys that you would hope that could start, but you just don't know.
Okay.
So Isaiah Wynn and then Cody Ford, which I don't even really want to talk about Cody. He just hasn't had the career.
right.
Like Dalton Reisner.
Well, he's a Ford. What do you expect? You know, they fix your
Now Dalton Reisner will be 28 in July. He's been a solid left guard in Denver. He's always been between 60 and 70 for his PFF grades, which is solid.
Right.
We've had guys in the damn 30s, 40s, but so he's very solid. But then that's for Volson. How much do you pay a guy for an upgrade?
Mm-hmm.
Not your porn list. All right. No.
That's a different show.
but the guy that is most interesting is a guy who had a great year with the Raiders. Finally played full time as right tackle. Another guy that's played left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
He's played right guard and right tackle, and that's Jermaine. I'm going to butcher his last name, so I'll just say Eloy.
Illuminoi.
My boy Jermaine.
Illuminary.
Right tackle, 28 years old, 6'4", 345. So Frank kind of likes the bigger boys, you know. That's one of the guys that I was looking at. Oh, Andrew Wiley with the Chiefs. He's 6'5", 305.
Ooh.
Like, he's been good,
yeah.
But that just doesn't seem like the guy Frank Pollock would want to bring in. He'd rather bring in this other guy. I'm sure it's 6'4", 345. Like, you look at Lyle Collins, you know.
Well, that's the thing. You bring in somebody like that, in my opinion, you still keep Lyle. And then if this guy isn't up to snuff, you know, you got Lyle behind him pushing him. I mean, that's
right.
If you sign one of those guys, would you keep Lyle or would you cut him?
I mean, it just depends. Like, I would, if I know he's not going to be back till like halfway through the season, which is going to take down, you know, some of the money I'm paying him on his salary.
Mm-hmm.
Because his in-game, you know, his roster bonus and this, that, and the other, I consider keeping him because every year it seems like we've had injuries and shit toward the end of the year. So
right,
I'm all for it.
Always a right tackle too.
Yeah, but this guy, like, he had a 79 was his PFF grade.
Mm-hmm.
He was the 7th best tackle in the NFL, Jeff.
I'll take that.
Best.
I'll take it.
And his projected salary is getting like $4 million a year.
Really?
Yeah, and he's only 28 because it's been the 1 year.
Sign me up then, dude. That's what hell yeah.
That's the guy that I'm like, okay, you know, I'd at least take a shot on him because he showed he could do it for a full year this year.
And that's my thing with this whole right tackle thing that I keep saying is I don't want to go into the draft trying to have to reach for somebody. I hope somebody's there because we don't know about Lyle. Go sign this guy. This sounds perfect because this is exactly what I'm talking about. At least it's somebody that we can plug and play who could be, well, not even I say average, but hell, he's in the top 10. That's a little above average as far as right tackles go.
But even if he falls off a little bit, he's still going to be damn good. Like, I just think, you know, I think you want a guy like that. Like,
I think you just sold me.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Even if it's like, okay, those projections, whatever, 4 minutes, whatever, tear that up. Who cares? If you can get a starting right tackle on a 2 or 3 year deal at $8 million per year, okay.
Yeah. What was Lael's at? Was he
around 10?
Okay, be cheaper than Lael. Dude, I'm for that. That's where like I said, I don't. Now, okay. Quick question: is he a day one free agent? Now, I say that because Cat McCarris technically weren't day one free agents, but the Bengals signed him real quick. Do you think that might be a route the Bengals might go? Because I keep saying I'll be surprised if we hear something from the Bengals day one. But if this guy,
zero in on a guy like that, and they should and you know, maybe they give him more than anybody else is talking about and lock him in.
Yeah,
I don't know because that's what I mean. Like Jawan Taylor, McGlinchey, we talked about that before. He's had injuries and not always played up to that, you know, billing of early first round pick like he was. But you've got all these guys on the market that are being talked about more than this guy, and this guy was more like better grade wise than any of them.
The one thing Matty here says, he said at some point the Bengals have to be able to draft competent O linemen. They've tried. That's where I'm like, they've literally tried. We got Billy Price. We got Jackson Carman. They've tried to do it. I'm like,
well, and
I'm
they're
tired
going
of
to have to keep, but they're going to have to keep trying.
But I'm not saying I'm not. That's why I'm saying go sign somebody that you know. Yeah, you keep trying, but they might have to keep trying because it hasn't worked yet. Because everybody they draft isn't as good as they think they're going to be. I mean, what was the last really good offensive lineman we drafted? Whitworth. I mean, I'm probably forgetting somebody.
Clint Bowling
was good. Well, Zeitler was good, but still, that's Andy Dalton was the quarterback then. It's been.
Jonah hasn't been trash. Everybody wants to.
True. It has been trash.
But he was 11th overall pick. Right.
That's the problem. He's 11th overall pick. He's a left tackle. He's supposed to dominate, and everybody brings up that he gets beat by Myles Garrett and J.J. Watt. You know how people get beat by Myles Garrett and J.J. Watt? A lot of people do. Those guys are really good. So we have two of the best pass rushers in our own division, and he's got to play them twice. So that's where I'm kind of you got to cut Jonah a little bit of slack. And I do think that kneecap pop out the first hour. I really do think that hindered him during the season, even before the other one popped out. So.
And I like this draft for right tackles, but if I could get this Jermaine guy on a solid deal that has proven himself in the NFL, then why wouldn't I want to do that? Like, we've seen guys like Garrison Kappa, like you said, bringing those guys in was huge last year.
Oh, dude, me and Santori were talking about this yesterday on the show. I got so excited when we signed two free agents.
Even Collins, I was excited.
Oh, dude, I was on vacation. I remember I was down in Florida, and I'm texting you, following Twitter, trying to find he's at Kenwood Mall. Okay, he has a left jet. We got to keep him here. And then, holy crap, they signed him. Like, oh my God, we signed 3 offensive linemen. Like,
I always go back to the Cowboys fans when that was happening. Like, we released him for a reason.
Yep.
No one traded for him for a reason. Like, he's injured all the time. Like, he's not like his trajectory's not been going this way. It's been going this way. If anything,
but to your point, illuminary, whatever the hell his last name is,
Illuminati,
Jermaine
Illuminati,
the Bengal Illuminati. If you sign with the Bengals, I'll figure out how to say your last name. But is he injury prone? I mean, why is he only? I'm just confused if he's ranked in the top 10. He's number 7.
He just one of those.
Why is he only getting $4 million?
He's kind of bounced around and he's played different spots. And
I'm like,
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Sign him
because he's British American.
That's why he's British. He's
a British American.
I don't have too many of them.
So it's like he goes in there like, no, this guy can't possibly be very good.
What you got a British accent?
He's like, hey, old chaps, you want to have some tea? and they're like, what the fuck? I need you to block people.
I can't sign this guy.
But he's actually good.
Yeah. Dude, I'm literally sold on him right now because I know Ace said it on my show Monday, and I actually forgot he said it until you brought it up. Like, oh yeah, and I never got a chance to look anything up on him. And I'm not saying what you're saying is not true, but what you're saying is true. Hell yeah, $4 million. That's a no-brainer.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, maybe give him 6.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to get paid more than that. It's kind of like when everybody was like Darnell Wright, this. But you can get him in the second or third round. No, you're starting to see the experts got him in the first.
Yeah, Dan Jeremiah had one to the freaking Steelers. So
yeah,
which I would figure, the freaking Ratbirds took.
Who let the dogs out? Who?
What? Wait. Where'd he go? He had to go to the bathroom, I guess. Anyway, so I don't know about you guys. I think that's a great idea. I mean, I think I might totally just slipped. And the thing is, my whole point, I said this a ton of times here the last couple weeks, I want somebody on that right tackle spot before the draft so we don't have to reach. That's another reason why I want them to sign Hayden Hurst. Because to me, those are 2 big spots. We don't have a starting right tackle right now going into the season. We don't. L. Collins is hurt. I mean, Adeniji would be your right tackle. I'm not comfortable with him being the right tackle. And I'm not comfortable with Lael coming back from knee surgery, trying to hurry up and get back because we saw how he played last year when he was hurt, and credit to L, he fought through it and everything. But there were times that he wasn't that great. So if you can go get this kid for the Raiders, Illuminati, whatever the hell he said his name is, get him, sign Hayden Hurst. You get those two spots signed. Then for me, it's not like, oh my God, 28, we got to get a right tackle. Oh my God, second round, we got to get a tight end, which I still think those are still on the table, but they're not pressing needs. It's not where we have a chance of the Bengals reaching like they did for Billy Price. So those are two big ones for me that I'm down for both of those. All right, excuse me here. What do you got here? Let's go with John. Also, people are forgetting we had one of the toughest schedules. Yes, we do. And look, this is one thing that me and Zim brought. We had one of the toughest schedules last year. When our offensive line was healthy, they played really well together. That's why I'm not concerned about Jonah Williams. I know everybody needs to cut Jonah some slack. Like I said, he goes against Myles Garrett. He goes against J.J. Watt twice a year. He goes against whoever the hell Baltimore gets to rush. So it's always going against somebody. No, he's not the dominant left tackle that we all hoped he would become, but he's okay. If you get another okay right tackle, and who knows, maybe you can draft somebody in the future to replace them. I don't know, but you just need an okay offensive line, and you need a healthy offensive line. Those are two things. Like when the Bengals went on their 10-game winning streak, Joe Burrow was one of the least sacked quarterbacks in the league. We had an okay offensive line. Actually, had a pretty good offensive line. They were playing well together. If you get that and they stay freaking healthy and we can go into the playoffs with a fully healthy, functional offensive line, if we had that the last 2 years, we win 2 Super Bowls, I think. Don't you, Dale?
Yeah. You know what? I'd be curious to see, like, what would Jonah's market value be if we wouldn't have locked him in for the 5th year? If he was on the market.
Oh, I think he'd be up. I think it costs us more money, to be honest.
No, I mean, like, in general, for just a complete free agent, like some of these guys, like where he would fall in.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would be above, like, the Isaiah Wynns, who's injured all the time.
Yep.
Obviously, Orlando Brown would be top, but then you got a bunch of right tackles, like a left tackle on the market. He probably slides in behind Orlando Brown as the second best one, and that's going to get you a big payday. So, like, if you think of it that way,
all right.
Could be a lot worse.
It could be. Yeah, we could not have him. We could have somebody else there that we don't like. Andrew here says you have to worry about Jonah having knee surgery. It's not. Yeah, it's knee surgery, but it's surgery to stabilize his kneecaps. So it's not. I mean, I have no doctor, but it's not ligaments. It's not. I don't know what the hell they did, but they did stuff to stabilize his kneecaps.
I come here for medical advice.
Yeah, don't come here for that. But I mean, I don't think it's not like L's. He's not going. It's not reconstructive knee surgery. It's hopefully to help him his kneecaps from popping out. So I think as far as because they said that earlier this week, Joseph Osai and Jonah both had surgery, and they both should be ready to go by the time the season rolls around. So,
do you think they overdrafted Jonah? I don't. I can only go by how I felt at the time.
Yeah.
At the time, I'm like, he was offensive tackle number 1 for me in that draft.
Right.
And you got him at 11 when he was projected to go in the top 10. He was supposed to go 6, 7, 8, somewhere in that range.
Yeah. He just has not been the all-pro left tackle that we want him to be.
He didn't take that step that we all thought he would.
And I got to think, if he doesn't dislocate both his kneecaps, does he? I mean, other than, okay, when did he dislocate it? That was in the Browns game, wasn't it? The first one? I think so, because I know he had a horrible game against J.J. Watt. Everybody did the first game. But throw that one out, I think he was doing pretty good, I think, before he got the injuries. And when you had that injury, it just, your lateral movement isn't the same. So, to me, that's where you have to take that into consideration. And it's not like he's been injured a lot. I mean, I think was rookie year or second year he got injured and they just shut him down. That was his second year, right? Because that's when Joe got hurt too.
His rookie year, I think he was hurt for most of it.
Was it his rookie year?
We remember we used to have terrible luck with freaking rookies. Like William Jackson, him. There was like so many.
Andre Smith broke his foot in practice. I remember that.
Smith broke his foot going to the fucking weigh-ins.
with his shirt off. Holmes here says sign Hurst is going to come down to him taking less from the Bengals compared to what other teams are offering him. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I don't disagree to that. And to me, I think I don't know Hayden, but I think he would be willing to take less money if they give him more years, so he can actually stay someplace.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think
that's what we've talked about too. Is what we've thought is it could be a whole 2-year versus 3-year thing. I think a 3-year deal, he's more apt to sign a 3-year deal from somebody than if somebody wants to say, "I'll give you a 2-year deal, but it's got this and that out after one." Like he's tired. I think he's tired of not knowing where he's going to be year to year.
Ken here says about Jody, he's only played one whole season. Well, he played the whole season. No. Yeah,
that's a concern.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
For sure.
That's true. I was like, he played because he played last year. He played a whole season last year. Was that his first whole season?
I mean,
we drafted 2019. He missed 19, I think. He missed either 19 or 20, and I thought it was because he played the Super Bowl. I don't know. I'm talking out loud here. Man, we'll see. He said William Jackson III misses rookie year too. Yeah, that's one thing we haven't had. That we haven't had a lot of rookies here lately get hurt in the last couple of years anyway. Knock on wood.
Yeah, and we've relied on rookies and we've used rookies. That's why the draft's exciting because these guys are going to look at Cam Taylor-Britt, and that was a 2nd round pick. And the plan, he was going to take over for Eli regardless. That was the plan. That was happening. And then Cheeto just happened to go down.
Wells 19760 says they overdrafted Jonah because
it's like W. Lewis, but you're like Wells.
Oh, whatever. Just have a normal damn name. It'd be a lot easier. Just talking for a guy calls
Is it William? Is it William Lewis? I'm just gonna
W. Lewis. Let me read the damn thing. He says they overdrafted Jonah because he was injured. When he was drafted, supposedly played with a shoulder harness in his
Damn it, Dale!
Damn it, Dale! It was the same one he hurt again his rookie season. Did he play? I don't know about that one. If he did or not, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought he was relatively Iron Man at Alabama the 3 years he was there. Honestly,
maybe it was Iron Man. Maybe he did play with shoulder harness. I honestly don't remember. All right, Titus, do you think we're going to draft a quarterback or get one in free agent? Number 2 quarterback of the Bengals, because our number 2 for the Bengals sucks.
What would I do?
We're gonna bring AJ McCarron back. Did you see him in the XFL? He freaking dominated.
I would try to get a backup, and I would try to get somebody that is a different skill set than Joe.
Well,
because Joe goes down, you're fucked anyway, so you might as well throw the playbook out the window.
Dude, that honestly,
so get somebody that can come in there and improvise and not give a shit and run.
This fan base is so worried about the backup quarterback. Like, if Jackpot Joey goes down, we're screwed. But
do I think
we're talking about backup quarterback so much? I'm like,
do I think the Bengals will? No, I think Brandon Allen likely be back, but I'm hoping Jake Browning maybe beats him out because Jake Browning has a little more of that mobility, improvise, not give a fuck to him. That if he had to come in to finish a game, maybe he could get you a play or make a play.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're fucked pretty much either way. But
that's what I keep saying. That's why I don't understand why we always talk about backup quarterbacks. Andrew said Jonah played 42 games in 4 years. So there you go. He has been injured. Like I said, but either way, you guys can say all this stuff. Jonah Williams is going to be our left tackle next year.
Yeah,
he picked up his 5th-year option. He's going to be our left tackle.
The plan is for him to be, and then you've got Jackson Carman at least. That the plan, I'm sure, is for now him to be the backup.
Right. I mean, after next year, I don't know. The only way that he would not be is if one of these really good left tackles just happened to drop all the way down to 28. Which, if you believe that, I got some dirt back here to sell you.
Come here, Paris Johnson.
Exactly. I mean, I'm all for it, but there's no way in hell they're dropping that far. I don't think so. Like I said, that's what we have the contract on the right tackle. That's the one that we actually can do something about, or actually need to do something about. The left tackle, it's Jonah Williams. That's the way it is. And if he gets hurt, hopefully Jackson Carman is not what he proved in the playoffs is not fool's gold, and he could actually be a plug-and-play guy. And who knows? Maybe Jackson Carman, another year of development, maybe he's your left tackle next year. I don't know. I mean, he at least made it an option, before the beginning of this past year. Hell, we did thought he might get cut. So I mean, for where where Jackson was at the beginning of the season to where he is now, I mean, that's pretty big improvement, I think.
Fuck it, just sign Orlando Brown.
Let's go. There's no way in hell they're doing that.
$30 million a year. Here you go. You get $30 million. T, you get $20 million. Joe, you get $50 million. Jamar, you're coming up. You get $30 million.
What about T? Does that mean we have to trade T then?
I said T got 20.
I
gave him 20.
Right. Oh, don't forget about T. Yeah, you going to watch it tonight? AJ plays tonight on the XFL.
Fuck no.
Dude, it was actually kind of good. I watched it last week. It's a freaking 9:00 though.
Because he's like, it was football, okay?
Yeah, I like football. Shut up.
My addiction.
It is. I can't. Dude, I'm trying to get back into the NBA. I just can't get into it. It's just not the. It's just not
None
the
of
same.
it's the same as the Bengals. It's okay.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, what else you got on your list? Anything else?
No, I mean I had some other players, but none really that stand out. We covered most of them.
All right, let's see here. Might end this thing, but let's check it out. Dwan Jones will be great. Don't want to see our tackles get bull rushed into oblivion anymore. But a lot of people are mocking him not to be there. So that's
not Jones. More Wright is actually getting a bigger push than Jones now.
Yeah.
Either way, one of them is going to be there at 28. If you don't have a right tackle, I'm fine with taking either guy. Anton Harrison from Oklahoma, he can play a little bit of left and right. So,
but I'd rather have the Illuminati.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. If you can sign that guy at a reasonable contract,
right?
But who knows? The Raiders might. What if the Raiders? Aaron Rodgers just come out of his 4-day sabbatical, and he comes out and he says, "I'm destined to go to Vegas. My 4-day darkness told me I'm going to the bright lights now. From the darkness to the city, to the lights.
I can see the light."
And then the Raiders are like, "Oh, well, we really got to keep this right tackle for Aaron."
Do you really think you go to the Raiders?
Because his sabbatical told him to. So
you need to go on a sabbatical. I would love to see you on a 4-day sabbatical all in the dark and see how you act afterwards.
How much beer do I get to take with me?
None. No beer.
Fuck that then. That's stupid.
That dude has gotten so freaking. I mean, maybe he's weird before, but God. Why the hell would you want to go sit in the damn dark for 3 freaking days? 4 days. And do what? I mean, I talk to myself all the time, but I want to be able to see.
He's got some good drugs that he's on when he does it. So
he said it was all natural. That's what he says. All natural highs. Because you're going crazy. That's why.
From the earth.
Yeah. No, it's called solitary confinement. You go nuts doing that. Oh my God. I know Pork Chop's got something on here. He said if they're able to draft Dwan Jones and Darnell Washington, that's a line both of you could run behind. Yeah, that's what Goodberry and Zim call it, the Monstars, like Space Jam.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell everybody that your good news that I am really. Dude, I think it's awesome. You guys been working on this, getting a Bengal player on your show.
Oh, I was going to say I'm pregnant.
Is Marissa the father?
No, hell no.
Well, tell them about Marcus Bailey. I think that's cool, dude.
Well, first we got a show tomorrow night.
That's true. You do. Don't want to skip that.
You can never jump the shark.
Sorry, my bad.
Shark jumps you.
Hey.
So. We have Mike Renner, PFF lead draft analyst. If you want to hop in the chat and say PFF sucks, I don't give a fuck. It's not my problem. I don't control what you guys say. He was also on the Bachelor one time.
I heard that, or you told me that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. But
Oh, you got to.
if you guys bring it up,
Oh, I'm bringing it up.
who am I to stop you? So yeah, we got Mike Renner tomorrow at 7, and then the following Thursday, we're actually going to have Willie Lutz on, talk some draft and free agency.
About time he's on your show. Sheesh.
And then March 5th on a Sunday at 3. So it's a very random time. So clear your schedules. Tell everybody, fuck off, fuck church, fuck going out.
They go to church in the morning. Don't say fuck. You go to church in the morning and then go.
All right, you can do that, I guess.
Yeah.
But then you better be home by 3.
Yeah.
Because we got Marcus Bailey, the Bengals linebacker, who I think will have an expanded role. I think him and Akeem Davis-Gaither will both have expanded roles. So we are going to. Oh, we need to talk about that pork chop, by the way. Yeah, yeah. But back. So then after that,
too many shows keep control of here.
Yeah, Marcus Bailey. Got Marcus Bailey.
Marcus Bailey,
Bengals linebacker. Sunday, March 5th, 3:00. I know it's a weird time. Is what worked.
Either way, that's awesome, dude. Well, that's when it was a weird time when what time we do the Brits? That was
like 2 on a Saturday.
Yeah. So I'm like, hey, and I ended up getting Cam Taylor Britt on her show. I'm like, if you get a Bengals player,
yeah.
I'm like, dude, if any Bengals player wants to come on my show, I'll do it at midnight if you want to. Whenever you want to come on, I don't care.
Yeah. And then the 9th, Thursday the 9th, we're gonna have the Godfather on AC, because then we're getting really close to free agency and draft. Maybe he'll have some knowledge. Well, that was a terrible
knowledge from the Godfather. Yeah. Peace.
Yeah, thank you.
The Bengals are going to make this in the draft.
And then we're going to have Andrew Fox Miller on at some point as well coming up. So,
hey, you've been busting your ass. Look at you.
Yeah, I'm like, I got to start scheduling in advance.
Dude, I've been reaching out there. I got my show scheduled for 2 weeks out now.
Hey, good job.
Yeah.
Till they cancel, and then you're like,
yeah, I know. Yeah, then they cancel. Like, hey, Dale, what are you doing, buddy?
I'm his backup bitch. Like,
I know.
It is what it is.
I'm always your backup, bro. You know that. I always got you. Anyway, dude, I got some cool news. I haven't got to tell you this yet, real quick. My wife and daughter just got back because my daughter has been for 2 years going to cosmetology school, and they went up to Columbus last night for her to take her test. This test, she was in the test from 7 a.m. They did get lunch, 7 a.m. lunch break, and she got done around 2 o'clock. It's a long damn test, 2-part test, long damn test.
Yeah,
to be able to make sure she can cut women's hair. She's cut my hair. She passed. So on the first try. So congratulations to my pretty Brie. Woo! So she will be cutting hair in a salon near you sometime soon. Well, maybe not near you because you're 2 hours away. But anyway, they just got home. I'm gonna get the hell out of here.
There's some of you guys.
Do what?
I said maybe there's some of you guys, but not
yeah, exactly. So they just got home. We're gonna go celebrate. Dale, I will see you on you. Well, I'll watch your show tomorrow night.
Well, are we doing a show after that show?
Well, let's see here. What did he say? I think he said yes. Let's see here.
With pork chop.
Well, he didn't answer it. He didn't answer it in there. I think he's answering it. I think he meant yes on there. I think pork chop.
So if you like our shenanigans of Jeff and I,
shenanigans,
we started another show called Belly Up to the Bar where we just talk anything but Bengals.
Yeah, try to talk everything except Bengals. Like last week, we did Adam Sandler movies, and then
with pretty good.
Pork
Check
chop
it out on YouTube.
Yeah, pork chop.
Pork chop told the great. Pork chop is the most interesting man of all time.
We need to just have a segment, stories by pork chop. You know,
you can
just have him come on. Anyway, we're hoping he's going to join tomorrow night at 8:30. That we're trying.
We're aiming for tomorrow night at 8:30. You can tune in to Bengals and are you doing a show at 5:30?
Yep.
I mean, if you don't have anything planned, we got your whole evening planned.
5:30, watch me because I got John Sheeran on tomorrow. Then at 7 o'clock, go watch Bengals and Brews. Then 8:30, come watch both of us. Yeah. So you got just go get some beer, get some pizza.
Definitely want beer.
Yeah, definitely want beer.
Weed if you smoke.
Go just
if you're like Aaron Rodgers and you do the mushrooms or whatever else.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
Get that
sitting in a
too.
deep dark hole, at least have your phone so you can watch us, something like that.
We don't care.
No, we don't. Just watch our shows.
Literally, we'll talk about titties. That's it.
Wrestling?
Get stuck on titties.
He just gets stuck.
I can only
Yeah.
think about titties
He
now.
always gets
after
stuck on that part.
titty, then I literally start picturing them. God, man.
All right. On that note, I'm gonna let you go.
All right. See you guys.
Who dat? All right, guys. Hey, Pork Chop says he's down. He says he's down. All right, so Pork Chop's gonna be on. I hope you guys enjoy that. Make sure you check out Bengals and Brews tomorrow night. Check me out tomorrow. Like I said, I have John Sheeran on. So like I said, 5:30 starts my show. I got John the Brain Sheeran on tomorrow. Then you go to Bengals and Brews. We got the PFF guy. Then you got Belly Up to the Bar. Oh, and then I got a show Saturday night. I'm just a podcast freaking nut. Got this Third Down on Saturday night at 6. That's the only time he can do it. So anyway, that's why you always subscribe, because you never know when we're going to go live. All right, let's get to the Facebook groups that let me live stream, and I appreciate every single one of them. They are Houday Nation, Houday Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, Radical Reds, the Ohio State Bucknuts, the Ice Bar. And then you follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Strawberry Ice. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Twitter handle is at Jeff A. Trenopole. TikTok is at Iceman90. I'll be pulling this out off later on tonight, putting on the podcast. It's on BeanPod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. Leave a comment so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. YouTubers, we're at 2,116. You guys are awesome. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors about Sports with Strawberry Ice. I think I might do a Twitter poll if I should stick with the name Sports with Strawberry Ice or if I should change it to Bengals Talk with Strawberry Ice. I don't know. Me, Bengals Talk with Strawberry Ice fits more of what we're doing on the show. Sports with Strawberry Ice is something I thought of when I really wasn't sure which direction the show was going to go. And pretty much it's turned into a 5-day-a-week Bengal podcast. So that's where I kind of maybe should think about changing. Anyway, I'll do a Twitter poll, or you guys can leave a comment and let me know. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow. That's just sports, baby. See ya!